Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Sending you very warm wishes from Grand Cayman. Today is Saturday, November 21st. Nice early morning coffee here. So, really hope you've all been having a really good week and that you've been accomplishing your goals and that life has been kind to you through these very uncertain times. My week has been pretty amazing actually. With my business just continuing to expand it, I started running in-person workshops down here in Grand Cayman, and I started doing that this week. I did 2 workshops and had a bunch of people showed up actually, and that's been amazing. This is my opportunity to give back and share what I've experienced, and to help other people to maybe look for opportunities to make changes in their lives. And not something that I have to do, but I really enjoy doing that. I love coaching, I love mentoring, and I love sharing this journey because it gives, I guess it gives reassurances and clarity to people that actually this is possible. This is a real person, and he really has made these amazing changes in his life. And that's a little bit connected with the topic that I wanted to touch on today. And every week I try and think about a topic that's going to add quality to your life and maybe where you're at. And it obviously involves part of my journey because it's me talking about things that have impacted me and my opinion. But that's all it is. This is about you and how possibly you can make some adjustments to your life. And anytime I come up with topics to talk about, I try and think, will this help the person on the other end? Will this help you? And that's how I try and put together these weekly video blogs to offer quality content for you on your journey. And I hope you find them useful. As always, I'd love feedback. I think at this point, you know how to contact me either through email or through WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number's on my emails. Drop me a line, my YouTube channel, Facebook, ton of different ways to contact me. So if there's something in particular you'd like to ask about, absolutely feel free to do that. But what I'm going to talk about today is change and just how hard change can sometimes be, right? Some people say as we get older, change becomes harder. We get even more set in our ways. Maybe some truth to that. I'm 52. Do I find it harder to make change now than I did in my 20s? Possibly yes. Does it stop me from making change? No. But I think in my 20s I was, gung-ho, untouchable, nothing could stop me. And then as you pass through life and get your knocks, and we all do, it doesn't make you as gung-ho as maybe you were before. And so it's really, really interesting. But what I have learned on my journey, and maybe you can relate to it on your journey, the most amazing experiences that I have had in my life have come from me making that one decision to change. And then the knock-on effect of that one decision has just led to amazing experiences, and it continues to do so. At 52, I decided I'd have enough of the corporate world, and the 9 to 5 I don't think exists anymore. I call it the 8 to 8. Because certainly in the corporate world, if you've got a phone and a company phone and email, it's around you all the time. You wake up with it, you're working on it in the evenings, you're working on it at the weekend, you're never away from it. So, I made this massive change at 52 to say, I have had enough of this. I want to find something that I'm really, really passionate about again. And I'm so grateful that I found it. So grateful that I found it. And I now operate my own online business, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I think back to my early mid-20s. I was living back in Ireland, absolutely loving life, but I felt like I was living week to week. It was month to month. I really wasn't. I was enjoying the now so much, I can say, that I wasn't giving too much thought to the future. I had a great social life. I was in a terrific relationship. We traveled a bunch. And life was great. And then something happened to me that really forced my hand to make change. I had a really close friend, and I was 25 at the time, and my buddy was 29, Tony, and he tragically passed away at age 29 from an awful disease called cystic fibrosis. Now, this was a massive, massive wake-up call for me, because I knew at that point in my life I wanted to travel. That there was just something in me, I wanted to travel the world and not just to travel. And I literally came up with a plan that I wasn't going to hang around. And much as I was loving life in Ireland, I made that one single change. And I went about finding out how I could work on a cruise line. And that one decision that I made, whereas initially I thought it was going to be a 1 year thing that I'd travel a bit and love it, but then I'd get back to what I was doing in Ireland. 20 years later, 20 years later, I left it. And it fulfilled so many dreams of mine. And I got to travel the world over and over. Pick a country, I think with the exception of South Africa, pick a country, there's a very good chance I've been there through my work. So that's always there, that's always with me now. I've had those amazing experiences. I left it on my terms at 20 years, and I made another decision to change because I could see what was coming further down the road, and I would have been a workaholic, basically. I'd moved up in the corporate world to a level where I was at, that I was happy with, and I was making a six-figure, very nice salary. But I knew if I did it for too much longer, I was going to be a workaholic. Not by choice, but by the demands of the job. So I made radical change, and I was mid-40s then, and I moved to Hawaii. And that one change, that one decision for change, brought me experiences that I will treasure for the rest of my life, friends that I will treasure for the rest of my life, and fulfilling my dreams. It was some of the best times in my life. Unfortunately, it didn't quite go to plan, and a little over a year and a half in, I had to leave there. And then I made change and I moved to Italy. Why Italy? Why not? So lived in Italy for 8 months, loved my time there, but I didn't see it being a long-term fit. And then yet again, more change, I moved to Grand Cayman. And Grand Cayman has just been an incredible experience. I've lived over here a little over 3.5 years, met the woman of my dreams here. We got married this year. The reason I bring these things up, I know that if I had stayed in Ireland and that I had not gone after my dreams, don't get me wrong, I'm a happy person. I generally look at life with a glass half full, and I'm very grateful, and I live in gratitude. I know that I would have had regrets. If I was still in that environment, 20 plus years later, 26, 25 years later, I know I would have said, I wish I had tried traveling. I wish I had tried working on the cruise line. The cruise line introduced me to Hawaii, so I probably may never have gotten to see Hawaii to know that I wanted to live there. Essentially what I'm trying to share with you, none of those changes were easy. They were life-changing. And I know that the fear of the unknown can be overwhelming. And I absolutely guarantee you, on any of those journeys where I made decisions for change, I didn't know what the outcome was going to be. There were absolutely no guarantees. But I knew there was something driving me based on something I'd experienced in my mid-20s, that I didn't want to get to a point in my life ever and have regrets and say, I wish I had done that. I saw a lot of people over the years saying, I'd love to do that, or I wish I did that. And my motto was always, do it. Take a page out of Nike's book, just do it. I promise you, even if it doesn't go to plan, you're going to learn so much from it, you're going to have so much great experiences from it, and you're going to be glad that you at least tried to do it. So how do I relate that to this? Wind the clock forward, 52 years of age, I made a life-changing decision that was terrifying. I didn't know how it was going to work out. I didn't fully believe that I had the skill sets to start my own online business and run a successful online business. I didn't know that. I trusted the process, and I trusted the community that I joined, that I'm now part of, and that I now talk about. I trusted the process. I put in the hard work. And it took me close to 3 months of study, work, to get to a point where I launched my company, and I hit the ground running because of all the work that I put in. I've never looked back. and I never will look back. I know without a doubt I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my working career, because it absolutely gives me so many things in my life that I just couldn't get from a corporate job anymore. I just couldn't. The balance was too much. It was taking up too much of my time, too much of my energy, too much stress, and it wasn't giving me that quality of life where, I got to spend as much time as I wanted with my loved ones. I work from home. I'm going to be able to travel as soon as we can start traveling again. Everything that I need in my life right now is fulfilling me through that one decision for change that I made at 52 years of age. So can you. Wherever you are at in life, however you want to see the change, if you feel that you're at your absolute happiest, I'm thrilled for you. I'm genuinely thrilled, because I believe you're kind of in a minority. So many people, so many of us, we want change, but fear holds us back. Don't let that happen to you. I'm here. You have somebody in your corner already. So at any point, if there's anything that I can do to help you make that first tiny step that'll change your life, reach out to me. You know how to contact me. I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to help, guide, show you, hold your hand, and get you to that point. So I hope this really, gives you something to think about and some hope. We all need hope, right? Especially this crazy year that we've had. Let me be your hope. I can help you. So as always, thanks for viewing in. Please have a lovely weekend ahead, and most importantly, please stay safe and be gentle on yourselves, okay? Thank you so much.